Acha, like how do you feel like the course is? Like, is it easy or like what is?
Not easy.
Like maybe front end should be easy, right?
Yeah, but there are too many things.
Hmm.
At the end of the once it completes, we forgot the previous things because we don't work repeatedly.
Yes, that is one thing we can like take care of. So I will do one thing. Let's just do with the topics, and we can have a quick revision of what we have done till now. Okay?
Yeah, it's like we are forward with the topic. It's like revising only. Like this weekly lectures, it will
Mm-hmm.
be like after that once we finish the topics in course.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better. It's like revising only.
So it is better, right? Like,
Yeah.
like okay. ठीक है. So let's see what we are going to do today. So mostly we'll be discussing about. See, my point is कि when we started developing web pages, na, the point was, so should we develop the same page for mobile or for tablets or for iPhone or the desktop? Because whenever we try to create a web page, so we are a developer creates a web page in a system. Now he does not know where this web page is going to open. So either it is someone is opening in mobile or let's say opening a tablet. The things need to take in care of is if I'm using a let's say fixed layout. Okay, so we'll talk about fixed layout and fluid layout. We already talked about some of the things yesterday, the absolute units and the relative units. Now we are going to talk about fixed and fluid layouts. Fixed layout is kind of like sticking to a particular device, okay, whereas fluid layouts, if we create a page, so that can work in the mobile also or the tablet also, okay. um, Now, in order to do this, so first thing first is we should be using the relative units. That's the first point. Second point is we can use something called as media queries. You have read about media queries, right? Um,
Yes. Yes.
right. So let's talk more about it, and we'll see what are the approaches of having media queries. Now, like serving the pages to different devices. So there are two things. Either we create separate pages for mobile, okay. So in order to tackle that situation, so what previously was done is they created separate pages for mobile and separate pages for desktop. For example, if you have visited Facebook a bit later, like later in the let's say 2015 or 2014, so they had a site called as m.facebook.com, and the desktop there was a separate site. Have you noticed that part, like the Facebook thing? So they kind of following the different page property, okay. So separate pages for like both desktop and the mobile. Although moving forward, what we did is the more efficient solution was, okay, the more efficient solution was we can use media queries, which is a property of CSS. Let's see this one, which the property of CSS. We said that ki for different screen width, okay, screen width, we can have different CSS properties. Why only width? Why not height and other things? Any guesses? Why don't we take care of height? Because
Normally
yeah.
we can scroll through only with text. So no, not
Yes,
like that.
yes. So we can scroll vertically, right? So,
Yes, we can with this we can scroll with
hmm,
the web page, but where we code and or like scratch,
uh, like you're asking, like how do we write the media queries?
we can scroll only horizontal, like not move horizontal. So not
Yeah.
sure.
Yes, yeah. The point is correct. Like in the mobile, also like uh, going through Instagram, so maybe or Facebook, so you just do a horizontal scrolling, and not the sorry, the vertical scrolling, not the horizontal, because horizontal width of the phone is small. Okay, height is like okay, chalega types, but yeah, we take care of the width. One example to show here is if I have a div and I have lots of text inside it. So let me copy some dummy text. Okay, so we call it lorem ipsum text, which is a dummy text. Now I will quickly copy this. Okay, and till here, and let me paste it over. Let's also format it. So quickly formatting. You can just right click and do format all.
Did you share your screen?
Is it not shared? Oh, okay. Really sorry. So I'll just quickly share the screen. Okay. So we have some text over here, and there's a div, and there's a text. Okay. Nothing more than this. The point is, I can go with a style. Okay. So let's go with a style. For example, I see that div is here, and inside the div, I can say the height. Okay, the height is going to be most probably. Let's talk about the width part because that is what we need to check. So width, let's say that 900 pixel is my width. Okay, and the font size I'm going to follow is font size. I'm going to follow is the 20 pixel font size. Okay. So these are three like these are the two configuration for style we are putting for our div. Let's see, is this responsive or not? And if not, what can be done to make it responsive? So I'll just paste this over here. Okay. So 900 for the width, 900 for the width, and the font size is 20 pixels. How do we resize it? So one thing is like go with resizing something like this. So till our screen size is greater than 900 pixels, it is well and fine. But if we see, we can make it smaller and we have our text cut. So definitely this is not a good way. Okay, this is not a good layout. Okay, so obviously it is going to fail. And for the mobile devices, anyways, if you search for a mobile and I check for a mobile, let's say iPhone or something. Okay, so this is very small. So let's say 12 Pro. So let's not make it this. Let's make it 100%. But then too, we do not have everything visible over here. So that is one thing. Okay, so that is not a good type of layout we have. What to do here? Any guesses? What can be done?
Media query like me whenever the minimum width, we can set the minimum width. So then we can add the properties to that.
All right, all right. Anything with the relative unit we can think of?
The percentage we can.
Yes. So we can assign the percentage over here. What will happen? Let's see. Now this time when I minimize my screen, so let's see what is happening. So now this time if I keep on minimizing, it is adjusting itself, right?
Yes,
Okay. So the second option we chose is okay. The first one was the fixed one, fixed layout, and the second one is fluid layout, right?
yes.
So this is what we call as fluid layout. Now this is one thing. Next is your media queries thing. Just you said media queries. So how does that happen? Okay, let's see that part. Now for the media queries thing, we say that at the rate media screen. Okay, why did I cut that? So we said media screen and say max width. Okay, max width, and we say that if any device is having a maximum width of 6 576. So 576 pixel is the highest pixel for mobile devices. So it is like we agree that 576 is a break point. We call it break point. Okay. At this, I can assign different style to my div. Okay. I can give maybe let's say width, and the width can be. So if I have no choice, no choice of switching to, let's say, any percentage thing. If I do not have any choice over there, what I cannot do that is, so I can, okay, let be 900 pixels. Okay, so the next thing, just a second. Now, if we have a choice to go with percentage, okay, relative unit, that is totally fine. Now, if we don't have any choice for like switch to any percentage thing, what we can do is we can say that a width can, so 576 is the width of any like maximum like width of mobile devices. So we can say go to 500 pixels. So this is one thing. Okay, how it is going to function? Let's see. So I have saved it. Let's try to refresh. All right. Currently, since the width is, so what is the current width? So you can just click on this inspector tool and you can just inspect it. So you have this. So HTML has a 1440, which is my like current pixels of screen. So it is taking as 900 pixels. How do we check that media query thing? Let's keep on minimizing it. So till 500 pixel, and let's see how what it happens. So 611, and yes, okay. Now as soon as I hit this mark, like what is the mark currently? Yeah, 520. So 520 pixels. We can see that this media screen at the rate media screen, and this is coming over here. So this 500 pixel is applied, and this 900 pixel is gone. So this is the one use of media queries. So not only a single media queries can be written. So this is for mobile devices 576. The same can be done for the tablet. So there are some fixed breakpoints. Okay, there are some fixed breakpoint. Um, all right. What am I missing? Okay, nothing. Nothing is missing. I'll just format document. Okay. So 576. Next one is 768, or let me make it 972. Okay. There are some certain breakpoints we'll see. Okay, and we can just remember that part. Acha. So let me cut this and paste it over here. I want you guys to see something. Let me format it first. So 500 pixels. Let's get it 800 and pixels. Okay. So this is for my phone. This is for tablet. Okay. Let's see how it is working. So when it reaches this mark, okay, what happens? Quickly have a quick refresh, and the inspector tool says the width is 1440 and the width is 900. Okay, I will decrease this. So now it is holding div is 800 pixels. But this is something wrong, right? We just made the 576 thing. Okay, if you see, we made 576 to 500 pixels, but it is taking 800. What is wrong in the code? There's something wrong.
Order.
Yes, correct. Remember, whenever you are putting media queries, this is a very like small thing which we miss. We must maintain the order. We cannot write any way we want. We should take care that this will go in descending order. Okay, from bigger to smaller. Maximum width means the maximum width a device can attain. Okay, maximum width the device can attain, the viewport can attain. So that is why we should be descending order. Acha, so this tells about the desktop, this tells about the tablet, and this tells about the mobile phone. So this is one thing you can handle the media queries. We call this as desktop first media query. Okay, desktop first approach. What is mobile first approach? Any guesses? What is mobile first approach?
The vice versa of this.
Uh,
We'll first make for mobile and then we'll
yes, correct,
increase the size.
correct. So what changes should I make here?
I think the second one will come at the top.
Second one will come at top.
I
Anything
guess.
else? Others?
Uh,
Should I change this to min width?
Men with.
yeah.
Yes. Yes, we need to change this to min width. Acha, think it like this. When we move up, so the screen sizes is large. Okay, so 1200 pixel is the mark after which it is considered as the large screen. After 972, okay, 972 1200 is extra large. Okay, after 972 it is. So how this desktop thing goes? Let's see. So if I put the minimum width, okay, we need, give me a sec. I need to check if the ordering is correct. So for the desktop first, it should be descending order, and for the mobile first, we should go with this 972, and the minimum is 972. Then this, and if the minimum width is 576, the comparison happens with if the current width is satisfies this. Hmm. Okay, anyways, let's try. If something goes wrong, we'll check it out. Okay, so I will say, let's say style for mobile first. Okay, so ये हुआ like 500 pixels. Let's make it something around 700 pixels. Okay, and finally 800 pixels. Okay, चलेगा. Let's see that part. So this is a mobile first design. So now in this case, it is taking 800. So which signal is on? Yes. So the 800 pixels signal is on. But I wanted this to be mobile first. Is it mobile first? Let's check it out. I did something wrong here. I have just messed up with a setting. Let me switch it back. I guess this is okay. Yeah, correct. Very correct. Now you can see that without media queries, we are having the style for mobile, right, guys? So without media queries, we are going for mobile. With media queries, we are going for desktop. So this is what we call as like the mobile first approach. So design for mobile first, and where is the responsive? Yeah, responsive is here. So go for the mobile first, and then as soon as I like we keep on decreasing, so you can see that as soon this 972 is, it is lesser than 972 817. So we can see that we are reaching in this case. So 576 to 972 will be 700. Okay, and below 576 will take the original style. So ascending order for this, descending order for the desktop first. So this is what it is. The bootstrap has the breakpoints. Okay, so I'll just open that, and so the question can be, sir, should we write like how many breakpoints we should follow? So like bootstrap has a standard, we can follow these breakpoints. So I hope you discussed already, but like I also forget, so you can just take this. Okay, so you can just go with small 576, 768, 992, 1200, and 1400. All right. So this was something about sorry, this is JavaScript. There is HTML. So this is something about following media queries. Okay, avoiding horizontal scrolling because it is considered as a bad UX, UI UX. So user interface and user. What is UX, guys?
User experience.
Correct. So user experience should, so these things come in user experience, and whatever the styling and all those button and the height and width, these come in the user interface. Okay, so this is the user experience part. Have you guys created your Git account yet?
Yeah, I've read it.
So you guys are using it.
Yes.
Any, okay, so should I discuss the basics?
Yeah, you can discuss. Like it's for me, it's the first time, so I'm not getting it properly.
All right. Okay, so let's host our first project online. Okay, with help of Git. Wait a minute. Who did get inside here? Acha, I did yesterday. Anyways, um, so the issue was, so see, everything has started as a solution. So what is the problem? The problem is there are so if you see Android, so there are lots of version for an app, like let's say Instagram. So Instagram version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, or let's say 1.1, 1.1.3, 1.1.2. It happened a case that if 1.1.2 release is let's say is breaking, okay, breaking the changes means that message is not working, or something, some code is not working. For example, if I check off these things, I created a blog page. Now my page is not looking good. Previous version was looking good. The developers have done the changes in the single file. Okay, this is the source of truth. This page, and we have done the changes. There is no way I can go back to my previous version if this version is breaking. What is the solution? The solution can be, the most trivial solution is, whenever we create a new version of our application, just copy the previous files. Okay? But what if there are 10 versions, or let's say there are, like, every week we have a new release? So should we create 50 copies of our application? Is it a
No.
efficient method?
No.
All right. So obviously this is not a efficient method. Now another solution can be, let's say, maybe we use a database or some kind of thing. But that also, we do not know which changes was made at what time. We do not have something, history or a milestone or something kind of. The solution came with Git. Now Git is a VCS. What is a VCS?
Version control system.
Correct. So we call it a version control system. Version control system says that I will control that thing is recording the changes. Okay, recording the changes. Recording the changes is like what, at what line what changes has been made. So there is a changes which is recorded in form of index. So in a single book we have index, and we have different pages over there, and indexing is done. At this page this content is there, this page this content is there. Same way, version control system says that I will be monitoring the versions or the changes happening for every version of your page, or for your complete application. In our case, we'll talk about the details later. For now, let's see just the basic how you can host and minimal application. So we are already inside the folder. I will say terminal. Open the terminal over here. Go to the directory where you are having your HTML files. ठीक है आप directory में जाओ यहाँ पे, and you need to check. So what is the command to initialize Git? Git init. ठीक है Git init. So it says reinitialize existing Git repository. So I already have a Git installed in this folder. Remember, um, please check the directory before you get in it, because I remember one guy hit Git in it in his like a home directory. Like his complete machine operating system was then went into version control system. So
Yeah.
you shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so switch to the folder. You can switch to the folder with the cd command. Guys, you guys are on Linux or what? Windows.
Windows. Windows.
Windows, okay. Get bash is installed.
Yeah, it is installed.
Harshit, for you? Harshit, are you there?
Sorry, I didn't follow.
So have you used git yet? Git?
Git I created account.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
use like.
Okay, okay. So if you need any help with installation, please tell. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, what we are dealing here is how to monitor our changes. Okay. So let's say in a single month I made lots of changes in my file. So who will monitor the changes? If my application was running a week back and it is not running now, how can I go back? So that is how Git will be helping us. I can say Git in it to initialize this. So there is something called as branches. Branches. What is a branch? There is a main branch. Okay, main branch or a main line you can say, which we make our changes to. Okay, main branch holds the most accurate or the like running or the you can say stable changes. But if you are not sure, okay, if I'm going to add a feature which I'm not sure if I will be it will be there or it is stable or not, so we do something called as branching with help of git. Branching, how does that work? Branching means you are going in a path and you want to just branch, create a branch means do something which is unstable, so we call it branching. So git branch, we can create branches in git and I can say git branch. Okay, so create a new branch. We call it git check out minus b, okay, and there is a branch. So I can say development, development. For my unstable changes, I am moving to another branch. Okay, the same file or the folders are same, but a branch is now different. Unstable changes. I can say, let's say I wanted the font to be 16 pixels instead of 20 pixels. Another branch which is having the changes as 16 pixels and not just 16 pixels. If you observe this, there is a U written over here. Whenever a new file is added to our Git repository, what is a repository? Git enabled folder, we call it Git repo or repository. So Git enabled folder or uh, Git enabled folder or directory, we call it Git repository. Whenever a new file is added, it is untracked. Untracked means इसकी indexing नहीं हो रही है. It means that the changes are not recorded for this file yet. अभी तक changes record नहीं हुए. How to monitor this file? To monitor or put a watchman on this file, we have a command, we call it git add, and I can go with this command. When I type the git and the file name, this is went into monitoring. We see that we have u changed to a. A means added. Now the watchman is watching the changes. Okay. Watchman is watching this file is here. Okay. So whatever changes I do now, let's make it 32 pixels. Okay, 32 pixels. Whatever changes I made, now this watchman is watching. So this watchman is saying that M means modified. VS Code gives a helper to us. We call it source control extension. We can see this. We can see our changes. Okay, we can see what changes we have made in our current file. I will again repeat the step. First thing, install Git in your system. If you have any issues, you can discuss. Second command is Git init to initialize the Git in your repository. Second thing we need to understand is branching. There is a main branch and there is a another branches which is apart from main, where we can do our experimentation or unstable changes. Okay, just like this one. So how to do that? Git checkout minus b and the branch name, and we do the changes. Okay, how do we add any file to monitoring? Git add the file name. If I want to put all the files in monitoring, okay, not the specific one, so we can do git add dot. Dot means all the file in the directory is now monitored. Whatever changes you do will be monitored. Once we are done with the changes, the command is git commitment. Okay, we are giving the commitment that yes, it's done. Changes finalized. Finalized means message changes finalized. You can see that our changes has been finalized. And once on the unstable branch or less stable branch, we are good with our changes. We switch our branch again to our main branch. How do we do this? Git branch will list all the branches available for the current repository, and I want to switch to main one. So the same command just we use now, git checkout. Okay, git checkout main. So I have switched to this branch. Acha, you will see the change, guys. What did the change happen? Anyone did notice the change? We had three files in the previous branch, but we have only two files over here. Did you guys notice this?
Yes, yes.
We are again having three files. I switch the branch to development, git checkout development. You see, branching is taking us to like a separate path is taken to do any experimental changes. And I so not only two branches, you can do any number of branching from any branch. Okay. Acha, once you are done with this, once you are done with these things, you can simply go to your main branch, hit checkout main. Only two files are here. Once you are done, the third command is git. I will share the document for commands. Okay, don't worry about the commands. I will share everything. Okay, just understand the concepts over here. The third command is we call it merge command. Merge means I want to join the path again, just like a bypass road is there. So I have git merge development. You can see that in the main branch I'm having my files again. So this is what we know about creating a version control system. We'll talk more about in detail, okay, in the upcoming sessions. But this is like a bit of introductory thing about Git. Now this we call as local repository. Local repository. There's something called as a remote repository also. A remote repository. Now, the thing you signed up on GitHub, okay, the thing you signed up on GitHub is a managing tool for a remote repository. Git and GitHub are two different things. Remember, both are not the same thing. Git is something different, and GitHub is something different. It's a service provider. So this file is on your local, and I want this on remote. Okay, I want this on remote. How does that work? So let me open my file. What did I open? Not this. Okay, we are here. So this is my repository. If you want to have a look, please go through it. And as a developer, please try to maintain it. How to, what to do, what to add, I will tell time to time so that you guys have like. And if you have any ideas, like please go through it. So you can write the introduction, which I have written some of them. Okay, and like photo is here, and you see these streaks over here. They tell is this guy active or not. Okay, once you go through this, you will achieve some batches and over like I don't think like how what they mean, but yeah, it's like it's cool to have. So you have, so here are my repositories. Repositories are mere folders, but these are remote repositories, means these are the folders over the network, just like Google Drive. How to create one? You see this new button, you can click. If you want to do with along with me, then please go through it. Okay, I will say get tutorial, get tutorial, just this, create the new thing, nothing else. Don't like, if I talk about this, so by default GitHub offers public repositories, anyone can access the file with the name. Okay, I will say create repository, and I will reach here. Okay, this command, or create a new repository on the command line. Quick setup. If you have done this kind of thing before, this is that. Or create a new repository in the command line. We already did this. You can add a README. I will share a document how to write a good README, because like the companies ask for a README whenever they supply or give a assignment. Git commit we already did. Git branch, we already did. This step we didn't do, and the last one we didn't. Local repository means it is versioning is stored in your local machine. I want to push it to remote. Where to push in the remote? So it will give a unique URL to you. Okay, we call it, so they call it git remote add origin. So we're adding the remote origin to our repository. Okay, now I have it says that remote origin already exists because already did this command yesterday. So not an issue. Okay, we'll check this out again. So I already have a remote origin myself. Although, and this command is to change the name. Git branch minus m is to change the name. So git branch minus m is modification. I if I want to change my branch name, okay, so I can say dev main. So here is the branch name in the VS Code down over here. You say dev main, so you switch this, and you can see that it is the name is changed. Okay, so this is the way we change the name. Second command is to change the name. Why GitHub is changing the name? So Git agreed that this is a history. So Git agreed that they will call their default branches master. Okay, but GitHub after some time said that I will not call my default as master. I will call my default branch as main. That is why they put this command in their website. Okay. The final command is push. You know what push is doing. So what is the work of pushing?
Push the
Pushing your
code
local code to
directly
a
from
remote
main to
repository, right?
main location to whatever repository.
Yes. Okay. So pushing your local repository to the main repository or the remote repository. Okay. So also I would have got when you do this in a command line, you don't have to go through the things. You already have a URL over here. Control click. See, I have my files. 8 minutes ago, I did the commit. ठीक है, this is my commit ID. ठीक है, ये मेरा commit ID है. Now I want to host this fluid layout file. ठीक है, मैं इसको वेबसाइट पे होस्ट करना चाहता हूँ. ठीक है, so that anyone can see this lorem ipsum code. The way to do is let me change the file name. So you have to make your file name is if you want to host your. Do you guys know about host like how to host a file? How to host a website?
No,
Okay, okay. Let's see this. So first thing first, you need to rename your file to index.html. सबसे पहले index.html. This is mandatory. So index.html and index3.html. ठीक है? I change the name. ठीक है? I want to host this one file. This is important. I want to see one more thing to you guys. Guys, did you see index3.html has changed to you untracked? Because there was no file named with index 3 before. ठीक है, इस नाम का कोई फाइल नहीं था. That is why it is saying that it does not know unknown or untracked will be the good word. ठीक है. So how to put a file, how to put a watchman? We just saw the command git add, right? Index 3. Okay. The watchman is here, it is added. How to give the commitment that we are done with the changes? Git commit, right? Okay. So git add, git commit, git init, git add, git commit. These are the sequences. Finally, once we are done with the changes, git
push.
push. That's it. That's it. Done. So we are having the URL also, but it's already opened here. So I will go this point. How to host it? That is one more thing. So let me just refresh. 24 seconds ago. So how to host our website? So settings. Okay. So you're at this point. go to project settings, pages, ठीक है. जब आप pages पे आओगे, so you will see this branch. Select your branch, select a root, ठीक है, select a root and do save. I have already saved it, ठीक है. Branch, root, save. You do not have to touch this, just the branch and save. Once the save is done now, you can just click this and let you. So this is the last days hosted. It will take some time and it will be the, like, up again. This is orange. When it turns to green, it will be hosted online. So this is our lorem ipsum text. It will be hosted in some minutes. Okay. This is what we had for GitHub. Acha, so some of the more things I want to, like, do, guys. Like, I want you guys to have some revision. You can just go through this basics of Git. Okay, I will just place this. Where do we have this? All right, so you can just go through the basics of Git, and you can see this. So this is your working directory. We talk about this staging area, local head, remote repository. So remote repository we done. Git add, git commit, git push. Okay, merge we did, fetch we didn't do, pull we didn't do. We'll do these things later on. Okay, we'll study these in detail. Is the Git part clear, guys? Any doubts in this?
No.
So now you guys know how to host a website. So do one thing. Try to create the music player or whatever project you are doing, and let's host it. So you guys can send me the link. How's that?
Yeah, fine.
All right. So we'll study about deployment also. Okay. So Node.js is backend is also there. We'll study about AWS or Heroku, and for React, GitHub is enough. Okay. So we'll see all the deployment techniques. So by the end, we are done with WebD. Everything will be like, your website will be up and running. Okay. That is going to be interesting. It is like a bit interesting than DSA, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you just see the things working and all those things. All right, so it says a green text. It means that it should be active. So just a dummy lorem ipsum, but yeah, why the why is this happening? Didn't our index file change? This is our index file. Oh, okay. This is still the last one. Okay. Uh, all right, try it out. Okay. You try it out. This is the way you do. Okay. Try it out. This is pretty easy. Not no difficulty. Let's do the last topic for today, and then we will be not much of the left. So just a class more, and then we'll jump to JavaScript. So website to refer. I have already added it. Okay. So please go through it. Do you guys know about gradients? Gradients.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and this website also. So I have added in the file. Okay. I hope this file is shared to you. I will share it again. So I've added the links over here. Go through it. These are amazing. So if you need gradients for your pages in order to design it, you don't have to, like, you can do experiment on your own, but yeah, you can just take a look at these ones. So they have lots of styles over here, right? Whatever it is there, and like blue raspberry or evening night or something like that. Because you can just quickly get the code from here, click to copy, and everything is all right. Um, let's see what will be starting in the next session. We'll be doing about animation in 3D space. Like, till how much topic you guys have done till now?
I'm currently doing document object model.
Document object modeling. And Hachit, about you?
Same.
All right. So just a class more, and we'll be starting with JavaScript. Okay. So for the thing which is remaining with us is basically is. And yeah guys, please try to do the project on time, okay, so that we don't miss the deadline for that music player thing, okay. And I guess we are good to go. So the only thing is remaining is the bootstrap part. So I will just end this 3D space. So this will be done in a single session last day, sorry, next day, and will be on the next Sunday. JavaScript will be there. So for the time being, if you have already gone through this bootstrap, well and good. Otherwise, just for a quick demo, what you can do is you can try out the things you need from this website is, I'll just break it. So breakpoint is needed. Okay, containers are needed. How the container work. Okay, we already studied about Flexbox yesterday. Okay, so Flexbox is one thing which is needed. CSS Tricks is the website you can follow. So the container thing, go with the container part. Once you are done with the container, you can go with the columns. How does the column work? Though it is easy, but you can just follow this. So container row column. So this is what the idea. So you can have your complete page already built through Bootstrap. Okay, we'll have the session. Okay, the last session of will be doing this only. Okay, how to create a complete page with Bootstrap. Apart from this, they've give us components. Like these components are really like already styled and already responsive, so you can just quickly copy them and paste it in our website, and we are good to go. So you can just check this out. Did you guys try Bootstrap yet or not yet?
Yeah, we have tried.
All right, so let's do this in the next session. We'll try to clone the Airbnb website. Okay. I like the UI very much, so let's try to clone that part. And we have accordions for the Google search result you have seen, I guess. So these are the things we have. Badges, breadcrumb is there. Breadcrumb like the path some websites have. All right, guys. Bootstrap is there, one of the famous, and then we have the Material UI. Material UI is of Google, I guess. The stock ROM of Android phones. If you have like seen the Pixel and all, they had those designs. So we can talk about that framework also. Okay. All right. Any issues regarding the music player project? If you have, ping me. Okay, whenever you want. But let's be on time for that.
Yeah.
Let's mark the attendance. Today is 14 and Sunday. So front end is will be like a combination of both React and uh, HTML CSS. Okay, so just have a quick glance at React also, so that you guys are. So please mark the attendance and let's meet Saturday with this Bootstrap thing. And the next class will be Introduction to JavaScript. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.